So have you heard about this new tool called dblinter? It's designed to enforce good practices in database schema design.
Oh, really? I mean, I know static analysis tools are common in dev, but for database schemas, that's intriguing.
Right? It connects to a PostgreSQL database and checks for compliance with defined rules. I was surprised this wasn't more common.
That makes sense, though. Databases often get overlooked in terms of best practices compared to code.
Exactly, and it outputs the results in SARF format, which is a standardized way of reporting issues. Pretty neat.
Wait, Sarif. That's used for tool outputs in software, right? How does that fit into database management?
Yeah, it provides a structured way to capture and report issues, making it easier to integrate with CI/CD pipelines.
Interesting. So it's not just for developers, but also for anyone involved in maintaining database integrity.
Exactly, and the cool part, you can customize the rules with a configuration file to match your specific needs.
I wonder how flexible those rules can be. Can it adapt to different schemas or practices?
Absolutely, you can define what acceptable practices are, which is crucial for teams with varying standards.
But doesn't that assume everyone agrees on what good practices are? That could create friction.
That's a fair point. Teams often have different interpretations of best practices, which can lead to debates.
And what about adoption? If a team doesn't buy into the rules, will it actually be useful?
Good question. I think if the benefits are clear, teams might be more willing to adapt.
It's like persuading someone to change their habits, hard at first, but rewarding in the long run.
Totally, plus, it can help prevent costly mistakes that arise from poorly designed schemas.
So how do you actually use dblinter? Is it user-friendly?
You can launch it via Docker or run it directly from source with Python. Pretty straightforward.
I love that flexibility. Docker makes it accessible for those who might not want to set up Python.
Right? You just run a simple command with your database credentials and it gets to work.
That's a lot easier than I expected. But do you think it really helps improve schema design?
I think it can. Getting objective feedback can highlight areas for improvement that teams might overlook.
But how does it handle edge cases? Some schemas can get pretty complex.
That's where the configured rules come in. They can be tailored to address those complexities.
I see. So the effectiveness really hinges on how well you define those rules.
Definitely, if the rules are too vague, it might not catch the nuances of your schema.
But on the flip side, overly strict rules could stifle creativity in schema design.
True, it's a balancing act between enforcing discipline and allowing for innovation.
So do you think teams are ready for this kind of tool? Or is it too advanced?
I think some are ready, especially those that already value structured approaches to development.
That makes sense. Maybe it's about gradually introducing the idea of schema analysis.
Exactly, start with a small team or project, show the benefits, and then expand its use.
And what about contributions? Can others help improve dblinter?
Yes, there's an open invitation for contributions, which could drive more innovation in this space.
That's great. Community involvement can lead to really practical improvements.
Absolutely, it's exciting to think of where this could go with more minds working on it.
So what's the ultimate takeaway here? Is dblinter set to change the landscape for databases?
I think it has the potential to, especially if it gains traction and becomes a standard tool.
It's definitely a step forward, but I'm curious if it will spark a larger conversation about database design.
That would be fascinating. A tool like this could really elevate the importance of good practices.
And who knows, it might inspire more tools focused on other aspects of database management.
Exactly, it's an evolving field and dblinter might just be the beginning of something bigger.
I can't wait to see how this unfolds. Let's keep an eye on how teams respond to it.
Definitely, and I'd love to hear feedback from the community as they start using it.
Same here, it's such an interesting time for database management. Lots of changes ahead.
For sure, it all makes you wonder what the future holds for schema design tools.